What we believe about ourselves creates our thoughts, and our thoughts create our feelings create our actions, and our actions ultimately create our reality. So if we want to change our reality that we are experiencing, then the first place to start with is our beliefs, because like a domino effect, that will change all the other things I just mentioned, and ultimately that way your reality will change as well. So in today's video, I want to go over the 3 most common dysfunctional limiting beliefs that we have around healthy, nourishing food and nutrition. The first one is, I cannot eat what I want and experience exceptional health. And I want to go through this belief and each of the other ones. It's difficult to eat healthy, it's impractical, inconvenient, and it's not sustainable. I might be lacking something. Using a process called The Work by Byron Katie. It is an amazing, easy, simple process that consists of 4 questions that you ask yourself to challenge that belief. The first question is this really true? The second question is, can I be 100% sure that it is true? The third one is, how does this belief make me feel? How does it affect me? And the fourth one is, who would I be without this belief? And then in the last step, you turn that around into something more positive and empowering. So let's start out with, I cannot eat what I want and experience exceptional health. Is this really true? And the first answer most likely will always be, yeah, because otherwise you wouldn't have that belief. But then you go over to step 2, asking yourself, can I be 100% sure that it is true? And in that step, I usually realize, no, there might be a chance that I might be wrong. And I might even already have proof on the outside that there have been many, many times where I ate my absolute favorite foods and felt amazing afterwards, experienced amazing levels of health and vitality and energy. I'm lean, my body is fit, athletic, my performance is amazing, and I ate what I loved. So I cannot be 100% sure that it is true. So it's always worth it to challenge it. And then in the third step, you ask yourself, how does this belief affect me? How does it make me feel? How does it maybe also affect my behavior? And I can speak for myself. When I'm really convinced that I cannot eat what I want to experience exceptional health, then I am experiencing feelings like guilt. I'm not making the best food choices, and I'm also just not really feeling in my highest power. I'm constantly putting a lid on my potential and what I really came here to do. And then in the last step, this is the most powerful, and you ask yourself, who would I be without this belief? I'm a powerful person who goes after her dreams and after her goals. I have energy every single day, consistent, reliable. I feel amazing. My health is in excellent shape. And I make the best food choices that ultimately shape my reality into experiencing exceptional health, exceptionally good relationships because I'm feeling so good, an exceptionally amazing career. So everything changes into something more positive. And then when you're in that state, you can ask yourself, how do I want to turn this around into a more positive, empowering belief? So in this case, I can eat what I love the absolute most and experience the highest level of health, vitality, freedom, food freedom, health freedom, financial freedom, freedom on all levels. Let's go over to the second limiting belief. It is difficult to eat healthy. It's impractical, inconvenient. Nah, I don't want to do it. Okay, is this really true? Again, we might be saying, yeah, whenever I'm on the road or, when I have a busy day, it's just so easy and convenient to grab something readily made, some convenience food. So yeah, it might be true. But can I be 100% sure that it is true? And again, I'm going to look for proof now. There have been so many times where I just grabbed a quick fruit meal. I grabbed a couple of grapes, some bananas. I made a quick salad. It was so easy, so simple, so in the flow. I was out on the road and in the supermarket, I found some amazing things to put together into a quick, simple meal. And that was healthy, nourishing, satiating. So no, I cannot be 100% sure that it is true. How does this belief affect my reality? okay, if that's what I believe, then that's what I'm going to experience. And I won't find amazing stuff when I'm on the road. It won't be convenient for me to be doing this lifestyle because that's what I'm convinced about. So that is what I'm going to experience. Where our energy goes, our attention follows, and we will create things in a way in our outer reality where what we believe is going to become true. So the next step is to ask yourself, okay, but who would I be without this thought or this belief of it's inconvenient? Okay, I would make things happen. I would step back into my power of, okay, I can create what I want and I can follow my highest excitement. If my highest excitement is, for example, eating a raw vegan diet, and that's what I want to do, or whatever kind of diet you would like to set up for yourself or you would like to stick with and be consistent with, if that is what I feel truly joyful about, then I'm going to make a way to make this super easy, super convenient and practical. And maybe if that is not what my highest excitement is, then it's maybe important to circle back and see, okay, what is my highest excitement? Where do I want to go? And yeah, who would I be without it? I follow my joy, my passion, my dreams. And if your dream is to become the healthiest, most vibrant, alive, glowing version of yourself, then you can absolutely make it happen. I believe in you. I'm rooting for you. And it's so awesome that you're here and that you're doing this because the world needs you as a shining example for what's possible. And now let's go over to the third limiting belief I want to touch upon today, and that is it's not sustainable. I might be lacking something when I change my diet, when I lighten the load. Is this true? Yeah, you might be thinking, yeah, there is this and this and this, and the protein that I might be lacking when I'm doing this type of diet, or there's that I'm lacking when I'm doing that type of diet. Okay, circle back. What is it that you would like to eat? Where is it where you feel the most resonance, the most harmony when you're thinking about this is the kind of diet I would like to feed my beautiful temple? And then from there you can ask yourself, okay, can I be 100% sure that it is true that I'm lacking something? And no, I might not be 100% sure because let's be honest, there are so many things about nutrition that we do not know yet. Of course, there are also a lot of things we do know. And I think it's very important to always mix rational thinking and logic and also what do you feel drawn to. At least that's how I go through life. Of course, you have to see how much rational versus intuition thinking you want to incorporate into making decisions when it comes to nutrition. But I've always went with a mixture between intuition and what just makes sense when I use common sense, when I use logic, when I use my head. And that is what has led me to a raw vegan diet. And I'm not saying I have all the answers and the truth. This is what works for me. And you have to find your truth. So what is your truth? And how does this thought of, okay, this new diet I would like to incorporate into my life, let's say, for example, a raw vegan diet, it's lacking something. How does this make me feel? Okay, it makes me feel empty, not enough, like there's a void inside of me, like there's something I need to fill, accomplish, somewhere I need to get. And who would I be without that? I would actually feel fulfilled and complete and nourished, satisfied. I would know I have everything I need. And yeah, let's turn it around. I'm getting everything I need with the diet that excites me the very most, that I feel the most drawn to, intuitively, logically, and I feel amazing on this diet. So that is proof enough for me that I'm getting everything that I need. And if anything changes, if at one point I feel like I would like to do something differently, then I allow myself to follow that. I allow myself to open myself up to change, to new opportunities and possibilities. And I let go of rigidity and stuck concepts that I need to follow, a rule book that I need to check off. This has been The Work by Byron Katie in a nutshell. I'll repeat the 3 new empowering beliefs one more time. I can eat what I love and feel most drawn to and be healthy and experience an exceptional level of vitality. Eating my desired diet, whether it's a raw vegan diet or whatever diet you would like to incorporate into your life, is easy, convenient, and effortless. And it is sustainable, and I'm getting everything I need from a raw vegan diet, or you can insert whatever diet you would like to incorporate into your life. Again, I want to say that the way I'm eating is what I've found for myself to work the absolute best. I'm offering this for you, and you can take the best and leave the rest. If you feel drawn to something different, if you resonate with something completely different, then I support you, and I think that's amazing. And I really encourage you to follow that, to follow your highest excitement, your passion, because that's what ultimately fuels you, what fuels your life, what is going to give you the energy to do things in life, is you following your highest joy and just what you feel most drawn to do. I wish you an amazing day. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you maybe tomorrow on day number 4 of the Raw Vegan series. Bye bye.